Okay. All right, so color. I am recording this. Okay, color. What is color then? Reflected light, yes. Okay. So you don't have to give an example. I'm not going to take points off. This worksheet is worth 10 points. I am grading you based on craftsmanship, so please care. What are the three primary colors? Red, yellow, blue. Yeah, basically the three colors that we have right now. So let's go ahead and we are going to paint carefully our red. And then this is also very important. Please clean out your brush before you move on to the next color. Also, please dry it. Okay, dry your brush off. Move on to the next square. Red, yellow. Clean your brush off. And blue. Please try to be as neat as possible. It's fine if you accidentally go outside of the lines. I have already. Just try not to make it super bad. All right. So the primary colors we talked about are the colors that all other colors come from. So let's go ahead and put them in our wheel that's over here. So let's find the red. And I'm just holding my paintbrush like I would a pencil. Same thing for you guys. Whenever you paint, your paintbrush should be held kind of like a pencil. If you're getting scrapey colors, like if it's not going on nice and smooth, that means you need to load up your brush with more paint. If you're having a hard time controlling where your paint is going, then you have too much paint. So this is a little experiment to see how well you can control that. All right. So red and yellow. If your colors are super thin and streaky, it might be because you did not dry your brush off well enough before you moved on to the next color. So be mindful of that. This is not a watercolor class at this point. We will be doing watercolor after Christmas. But until then, we are going to be working primarily with our acrylics. All right. I'm hoping that the screen is not shaky like the hover cam was and that this is a nicer quality video this time. So hopefully you can see that all right. All right, so let's talk about secondary colors. Down underneath your wheel, secondary colors. What is a secondary color? Can anybody tell me? What's 1 plus 1? 2. Let's say a primary color is a 1. So what would you say a secondary color is based on that? Mixing two primary colors of equal value. So what we're going to do on our color palette, we're going to take an equal section of yellow and an equal section of red. So let's mix that together and see what happens. And the yellow has more viscosity, which means it's more thin than the other paints. So you might need a little extra yellow. So what color did you make? Jacob?
I'm still on the color wheel over here.
Okay. What color did I make by mixing red and yellow?
Orange.
Thank you. Yes, orange. So I'm going to find my orange on the color wheel. And I'm going to fill that slice in. All right, so let's find our orange down here under the secondary colors. I clean off my brush. Actually, I'll go ahead and put a little orange over the word orange. All right, so the two colors that we used to make orange were red and yellow. Thank you. And if you ever need to know, this is a great sheet to refer back to if you ever need to know how to make a color, because that secondary color is right in between the two primary colors that made it. So I'm going to take a swatch of red, put that in the one square, and a swatch of yellow so that I can see those two colors make orange. So if you ever need to know in the future, this is what you can look at. It may seem like common sense to some people, but to others, it's just like, it's not how they think. Like for me, math, that's not how I think. But it might be how you think. So everybody has a different kind of intelligence. Okay, so everyone's got their orange. I'm going to pause this for a second and let everyone get caught up. All right, so let's move on to our next secondary color. Let's look at yellow and blue mixed together. So I'm going to take a plop of yellow and a plop of blue. Going to mix it together. And what does that make? Green. It's like Sesame Street. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that's nicely mixed. I'm going to go back to my color wheel, locate the spot that says green, and I am going to fill that little slice in. And I'm going to go down to my secondary colors part on the bottom of my worksheet. And I'm going to just swipe the color green on top of the word green. All right. So I'm going to stop this video.